the goddess. So listen first and then you respond. Repeat. Durge, Shri Durge, Kali Durge, Jai Jai Ma. 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 Kali Durge, Jai Jai Ma. Kali Durge, Jai Jai Ma. So Durga and Kali, two forms of the goddess or the divine feminine, and Durga mainly there to she's fierce. She rides on a lion or a tiger, right? And she is there to cut the ego so that the ego doesn't get out of control, both individually and collectively, because we also have collective ego, right? That which creates these sort of moral double standards and superiority, inferiority complex of certain groups over others, etc. And because this ego is very stubborn, at some point in the mythology around Durga, there's two demons that need to be conquered, and these demons are always sort of like symbolic of what our demons in the mind are, right? And because they're very tough, Kali comes jumping out of Durga's third eye, and she's even more fierce. And so Austin actually is wearing a Kali shirt today with the 10 heads and the tongues hanging out. And it's a very gruesome kind of graphic, but it has to do with, again, what we're trying to do with the practice is to tame down our minds, to tame down our egos. So there's another name for Durga, which is Chandi. And Chandi means like the fierce one, or in one of the versions that I've been reading, they translate her as the one who breaks apart thought. Right? The one who breaks apart thought. And that made me think of a statement that Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj made, who was a great yogi in the past century. And he said, it is the mind that creates the abyss, and it takes the heart to cross over the abyss, So I was thinking, I actually went ahead a little bit and read, worked with Austin's focus for next month, which has to do with conflict and war and the whole concept of otherness, right? And so in this scripture about the goddess, there's a king who is described as someone who doesn't belong to caste. He doesn't belong to a particular tribe because he encompasses all. And so being such a universalist, he has the light of wisdom. And this is kind of what we're trying to do in this practice, and this beauty of coming back to New York, which is such a multicultural hub and international hub, is that we come together in the yoga studios to practice. We are all, so many of us, from different nationalities, different creeds. Maybe some of us are grappling with situations where our countries are at war, or our parents or grandparents were refugees from war situations, had to flee, etc. And some of us are not from these kinds of backgrounds, and but we all come together, and for a moment we lay those differences aside. We are able to step away from heated arguments and disagreements, which all come from the mind. We learn how to temper our emotions through the breath, through the Ujjayi breath, which brings up equanimity of mind. And when we get into this frequency of slow breathing, we can sink deep into ourselves, and we can access the energy of the heart. Right. And that is so important in the times we're living in, is to be able to reconnect with the energy of the heart. And so everything becomes purified in the heart and allows us to kind of then expand our energy outward and touch our common humanity, which is so important, so I will talk a little bit more about this idea with examples that I have lived, but now let's come to the asana practice. So come forward into your hands and knees, and then press back into a downward facing dog. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Press both heels back and shake your neck out, flutter your lips. So today we're celebrating Thanksgiving, which is mainly American holiday. You can press both heels back, shake your neck out, flutter your lips. And perhaps we forget that to some, this day is a day of national mourning. That would be another way to look at it, a different perspective to look at it, right? And the question is, can we as yoga practitioners embrace both? Key into your breath, Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, making the sound of the breath at the throat. Can we have a quality time with our family and friends that is conscious and not just drowned out, but enjoy good food, good drink, and at the same time, maybe have some remembrance for what actually happened and how the indigenous people of this country may feel about it. And also have some remembrance of what is happening to the Turkey nations this holiday. And just be a little bit more mindful, right? On an inhale, come forward to a plank pose. Exhale, placing your knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale to Bhujangasana Cobra. And exhale through bend knees, go back to downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees and walk your feet forward until you're about a foot behind your hands. And then exhale, bend your knees, open your feet hip width apart and parallel. Press both hands into the floor. Inhale, straighten your legs and your arms. And then exhale, allowing your head to hang. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Bend your knees, allow your head to hang. Inhale, roll up through the spine, come up to stand. And exhale, bring your feet together to Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then exhale, press your palms together. See if you can straighten the arms while still keeping your hands pressing together. Then inhale, pull the navel in and lift your hands as high as you can behind you. Exhale, pulling your ribs in. 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, nose breathing. Exhale, 4. Also your exhale. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Release the arms at your side. Inhale, reach the arms alongside your ears. And then exhale, holding right wrist with left hand. Inhale, pull the navel in. Lift your ribs away from your pelvis. And then exhale, tilting to the left side. Inhale, opening the right side of the body. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, holding the left wrist. Inhale, navel in, lift ribs away from pelvis. And then exhale, tilting to your right side. Inhale, lift the chin away from your chest. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale 5. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, reach the arms at your side. Inhale, take your hands in front of your heart. And exhale for a moment, just close your eyes. On this day, think about something that you're grateful for as it applies to your life or as it applies to society or the world. And then see if you can expand on that idea energetically from your heart center so that it may affect others in a positive way. And then on an exhale, release the arms at your side, opening your eyes. Inhale, take your hands up, gaze towards thumbs. And then exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga push-up position. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bending your knees. Inhale, step or jump forward, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze towards your thumbs. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze to thumbs. Make sure you're not arching your lower back. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on the ground or on 2 blocks. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or jump back, push-up position, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, heel slightly off the floor. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bending your knees. Inhale, step or jump forward, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reaching the arms up, gaze towards your thumbs. And then exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze towards your thumbs. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Ribs in. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bending your knees. Inhale, step or jump forward, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze towards your thumbs. And then exhale, Tadasana. Jiva Mukti A. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach arms alongside ears, arch. Exhale, swing over, bent knees, arms behind your chin to shin. Inhale, bend knees, hands down, right foot to a low lunge. And exhale, left foot back, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Make sure you're not turning your hands in. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Bend the elbows. Exhale, through bent knees to downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping right foot forward to a low lunge. Exhale, left foot forward, straighten both legs. Inhale, soft knees, hook thumbs, stand up, extend legs, arch. Exhale, swing over bent knees, reach arms behind your chin to shin. Inhale, bend your knees, hands to floor, step left foot to a low lunge. Exhale, right foot back, downward dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, lifting your head up. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to floor. Inhale to Bhujangasana and exhale through bent knees to downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward, straighten both legs. Inhale, soft knees, hook thumbs, stand up, extend your legs, arch back. And then exhale to Tadasana. Inhale again, other round. Hook thumbs, reach arms alongside ears and arch. Exhale, swing over bent knees, arms behind you, chin to shin. Inhale, bend knees, hands down, stepping right foot behind you. Exhale, left foot back, downward dog. Inhale to plank, lifting your head up. And exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to floor. Inhale to Bhujangasana. And exhale through bent knees to downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward, straighten both legs. Inhale, soft knees, hook thumbs, stand up, extend your legs and arch. And exhale, swing over bent knees, reach arms behind you, chin to shin, feet together. Inhale, bent knees, hands down, left foot behind you. Exhale, right foot back, downward dog. Inhale to a plank, lifting your head. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to floor. Inhale to Bhujangasana. Exhale through bent knees to downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward, straighten both legs. Inhale, soft knees, hook thumbs, stand up, extend your legs and arch. And exhale to Tadasana. Inhale, bending your knees to Utkatasana. Exhale, palms down, then straighten your legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale to Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right foot to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right foot to Virabhadrasana 1. Let the breath guide you. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, down dog and stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Bending your knees. Inhale, step or jump forward, look up. And then exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, bending your knees, Utkatasana, good. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, bending your knees, Utkatasana, and stay. Exhale, sit low as if you were in a chair, good. Then inhale, lifting your heart and your gaze. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, heart energy reaches up. Exhale, 3. Inhale, your intention becomes an offering. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, palms down, then straighten your legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right foot to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms, shoulders, hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale slowly with the breath, straighten your right leg, align the knee with second and third toe. And exhale, bend the right knee, keeping the alignment to draw the knee over second and third toe. Now inhale, crawl your toes forward 3-4 inches. And exhale, bend more so your thighs parallel to the floor. Inhale, lift your back arch. And exhale, push into outside of back foot. Inhale, good. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale slowly with the breath, straighten right leg. Make sure you're not locking your knee. And exhale, bend the right knee again. Inhale, hands down, stepping back to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms, shoulders, hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Inhale slowly with the breath, straighten the left leg and engage your quadriceps. Exhale, bend the left knee, directing it over second and third toe. Inhale, crawl your toes forward 3-4 inches. And then exhale, really bend that left knee. Good. Inhale, lifting your back arch. And exhale, pushing into outside of back foot. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, nose breathing. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Inhale slowly with the breath, straighten left leg. And exhale, bending left knee. Inhale, hands down, stepping back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot forward to Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Exhale, pushing into outside of back foot. Inhale, bring the whole left side of the body forward. Lift your gaze and your chest. Exhale, 1. Inhale, navel is pulled in. Exhale, 2. Inhale, navel lifts away from your front thigh. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And now exhale, tip forward to a flat back position. Square your hips and lift your back heel. On an inhale, slowly without jumping, lift up to Virabhadrasana 3. Exhale, roll the left hip down. Good, Echo. Yes, good. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. And again, make your heart open and available. Exhale, 1. Inhale, the navel is pulled in. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. That's good. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Gently bend your right knee. Step back to warrior 1. Put your hands on the floor if needed. Inhale, straighten right leg. Lift your chest and gaze. And exhale, open to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left foot to Virabhadrasana 1 and stay. Exhale, pressing into outside of back foot. Inhale, bring the whole right side of the body forward. Lift chest and gaze. Exhale, 1. Inhale, strong back leg. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. And exhale 5. Tip forward to a flat back position, arms alongside your body. Now inhale, slowly lift up to Virabhadrasana 3. Try and square your hips before you even climb up there. Exhale, draw the right hip down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, move back through your fingertips. Exhale 1, try to relax your wrists here. Yes, inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale, navel pulls in. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale carefully without wobbling. Step back to warrior 1. Put your hands on the floor if needed. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Lift your chest higher. And then exhale, opening to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right foot to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, opening to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, slowly with the breath, straighten your right leg. And then exhale, reach forward and down to Trikonasana, triangle. Inhale, lift your left arm up, gaze to left thumb. And exhale, roll your bottom shoulder back. Then inhale, bring the torso over your front leg. And exhale, back leg equally strong to the front leg. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On an inhale, lifting up to strong legs. Exhale, bending the right knee. Place right hand to outside of right foot. Inhale, reaching the left arm over left ear. Exhale, pull the left shoulder away from your ear. Inhale, press the right knee against your right upper arm. And then exhale, transfer a lot of energy into your back leg so you're not falling forward. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale, feel that lift here. Yes, exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, left hand twin step side of right foot. And exhale, extend your right leg. Inhale, square your hips, lengthen the spine, look up. And then exhale, draw the chest over your right leg. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. And exhale 5. On an inhale, pull the navel in, lengthen your spine forward. And then exhale, bend the right knee and come into a low lunge. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping left foot forward to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, opening to Virabhadrasana 2. Now inhale again, slowly straighten that left leg. Watch that the knee stays aligned with second and third toe. And exhale as you reach to Trikonasana, your knee does not roll in. It stays in the same place. Inhale, lift your right arm up, gaze to your right thumb. And exhale, roll your bottom shoulder back. Inhale, pull the torso over your front leg. And exhale, pushing into your back foot. Bring this foot in more, yeah? Inhale towards the center line. You want to actually have heel to instep. Exhale 1, yes. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On an inhale, lifting up to stand. And then exhale, bending the left knee. Place left hand to outside of your left foot. Inhale, reach right arm over right ear. And then exhale, pulling the right shoulder away from the ear. Inhale, pressing left knee and upper arm together. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Inhale, right hand to instep side of left foot. Exhale, extending your left leg. Inhale, square the hips, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, drawing the chest towards your left shin. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Keep your heart open. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, create some space here. Exhale, 4. Good. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Inhale, pull the navel in, lengthen your heart forward. And exhale, bend the left knee, coming to a low lunge. Inhale to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. Exhale, roll to outside of your right foot. Place left foot on top. Inhale, left arm lifts. And then exhale, either super extend both legs or put your right knee to the floor. With wrist issues, you can put your right forearm to the floor. Inhale, gaze up at your left thumb. Exhale, 1. Inhale, push down to lift up. Exhale, 2. Inhale, find the lightness in it. Exhale, 3. Coming back to plank. Inhale. And then exhale, going to the other side. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, find your Tadasana legs here. Or put your left knee on the ground. Inhale, navel in. And exhale, your sacrum moves towards your heels. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, so try not to push your shoulder away from your wrist. Exhale, 2. Put the block a little bit more in center. Inhale. And exhale, 3. Align your knee with your wrist. Yeah, good. Come back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, placing your knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Inhale to Bhujangasana. Keep your knees where they are. Drag the body forward. Exhale through bent knees to downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank again. Exhale, place your knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Now inhale, keep your knees where they are, drag the body forward, come to Bhujangasana Cobra. Then point your feet, so you're not pushing your feet behind you. Good. Now exhale, press the tops of your feet on the floor very strongly. And then on an inhale, lift your hands off the floor and lift your chest up from the muscles of your spine. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, hands next to chest, tuck toes. And then exhale through bent knees, go back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. And then exhale, place your forearms to the floor. Elbows no wider than shoulders. Spread your fingers out and press into the web between index finger and thumb and into your inner wrist. Yeah, good. Now walk your feet forward so that your shoulders are exactly above your elbows and your upper arms are a nice, stable pillar here. Then totally energize your legs. So press your heels back, engage your quadriceps, and pull the navel in. Now open your heart and look forward in between your hands. Now you can stay here or you can lift up one leg and roll your hip down. Yeah, point through the right foot. Those of you who can come all the way up to Pincha Mayurasana, go ahead. Right? That's not a must. You can stay in a forearm down dog. I'm going to count to 10. Good. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, that's not going to work for you here. Exhale 4 because you're going to slip. So put your forearms down. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, change legs if you're doing a 3-legged dog or you're hopping. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. You can come down and resting in child's pose for a moment. Find your quantumous breath again. See that you can get out of the drama of the asana. Yes? And find your breath. Good. Now on your next inhale, pull yourself forward into Bhujangasana. So put your hands in front of you, drag the body along the floor like a snake, right? It's a cobra. And then lift up to cobra again. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit of a backtrack a little bit. So we're going to take a Sphinx pose, right? So place your forearms to the floor, so that your elbows are exactly underneath your shoulders. Look at your upper arm bones. Your upper arm bones are really perpendicular to the floor, not on a diagonal. So think about it. If your upper arms are in a diagonal, you're kind of like in the Tower of Pisa, right? It's not a very stable building, okay? So you need to move your whole body back so that you can do that. Okay, good. Now look at your hands. Yeah, make sure that your hands are evenly on your sticky mat, and then spread your fingers out completely. Yeah, make sure that your hands are not on the wood floor, even if your feet are going off the mat in the back. Yeah, so you have evenness underneath your hands. Now spread your fingers out to the maximum, but pull the thumb into about 45-degree angle. That's important, right? If your thumb is way spread out, that will shorten your forearm muscle, and you don't want that. Now press into the web between index finger and thumb. Make sure that that does not lift up, that area. See if you can turn your inner wrist down to face the floor. Maybe it reaches, maybe it doesn't quite reach, but that's okay if the intention is there. Now, with this in mind, see if you can push into your forearms and hands so much that you can lift the weight out of your shoulders and make more space between the shoulders and your ears. Good. Okay. Then tuck your toes under. So the balls of the feet are on the floor. Press your heels back and engage your legs. So you really lift your knees off the floor, and you have like you have an arrow in each heel pushing back. You're engaging the quadriceps. Right? Good. Now, are you still breathing, or are you holding the breath? Right? So the key in all of this, if you're having a physical challenge, is to stay connected to the breath. Now, on an inhale, can you lift your whole pelvis off the floor and come into a forearm plank? Good. Exhale 1. Inhale, your head is lifted. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale, look at your hands again. Make sure that the web between index finger and thumb has not lifted off the floor. And then on an exhale, come down, place one cheek to the floor, and just gently rock your pelvis from side to side. So some asanas are a bit more challenging than others, right? It's just like people. Some people are more challenging for us than others. So what do we do when we're facing challenging individuals, especially in these kind of family holidays? Sometimes we get together with people who are challenging for us. Old dramas come up. Maybe we don't agree with certain political discussions or whatever. What do? Do we flare up? Do we take sides? Do we become other? Or do we try to listen and become a bridge builder, right? A yogi is someone who is trying to be a bridge builder, doing their best to do that. And when you can stay connected to the breath and take a few deep breaths, that will help you, right? From exclaiming things that you later regret having exclaimed. Okay, let's do this again and add to it a little bit. So come back to your Sphinx pose. Put your forearms to the floor. The upper arms are perpendicular to the floor. Now, again, make sure that your elbows are not sticking out to the side, right? So you want to have a straight line from the tip of your shoulder into the center of the elbows, and then approximately center of the wrist and middle finger. So you don't want to have your hands wandering in. Again, press the web between index finger and thumb down, pressing the inner wrist down. Tuck your toes, engage your legs, press your heels back, and then on an inhale, lift back up to a forearm plank. Yes, exhale. Now, on an inhale, see if you can lift your pelvis up like you're going to go into a downward facing dog. Yes, good. Now, see what's happening with your upper arms. Are they moving back into a diagonal? So walk your feet forward, get your sits bones way up in the air, and get your shoulders over your elbows. Continue to press the web between index finger and thumb down, inner wrist down. So again, you can stay here for 10 breaths, or you can come up to forearm stand, or you can just lift one leg up. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. And exhale, 10. Good. Come down. And then place your knees to the floor and rest in child's pose. It is hard. It is challenge. It's one of those challenging asanas, like challenging people, right? So this is a song that is about bridge building. Yeah, it is. It stems from a march that took place in Israel in 2016. It was a women's march where thousands of women, both Israeli and Palestinian, walked together for peace. And so the song has both languages in it. And this is the voice of the former Liberian president who also joined that march, and she won a Nobel Peace Prize because she ended the Second Civil War in Liberia. Right? Maybe a war that we don't hear so much about, or that has slipped into forgetfulness, but is still very real for those who lived it. On an inhale, reach the arms forward, coming to Bhujangasana Cobra. And then exhale, going back to a downward facing dog, and find your breath again here. Reactivate your energy. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Bending your knees. Inhale, step or jump forward, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, bending your knees to Utkatasana. And exhale, coming to Tadasana. Inhale, stepping the left foot behind you, about 2.5, 3 feet. Depends on the length of your legs, right? If you have very long legs, more like 4 feet. And then on exhale, bring the left hip forward. So your hips and shoulders are squared to the front. Now on an inhale, pull the navel in, and from that, lift your chest and your left arm up. Feel a continuous line of energy from the navel to the chest to the fingertips. And then exhale, reach forward and across your right leg and take Parivrita Trikonasana. Inhale, lifting the right arm up. Exhale, pressing into your back foot. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good, everybody. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, look down and release your top arm. Now really tap into your legs. Connection to the earth. Inhale, stand up without wavering. Good. Exhale, step left foot next to right foot. Inhale, step the right foot behind you, 2.5, 3 feet, 4 feet if your legs are very long. And exhale, bring the right hip forward. Hips and shoulders are square to the front. Inhale, pull the navel in, feel the energy rising into the heart, and lift your right arm, reach into fingertips. Exhale, reach forward and across, placing the right foot to the outside of your left foot. Inhale, open your heart, open the collarbones and lift the left arm up. And then exhale, pressing into your back heel. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, top of the head reaches forward. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, look down and release that top arm. Inhale, lift up to stand. Very much connected to your legs here. Exhale, step the right foot forward, Tadasana. Inhale, bending your knees to Utkatasana. Exhale, twisting to your right. Place left elbow outside of your right thigh. Inhale, pushing your palms together. Lift the heart towards your hands. And exhale, pulling the left hip back. Inhale, twirl your rib cage around. Find mobility in those tight spaces. Exhale, 1. Inhale, find awareness where it has been missing. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lift up Utkatasana. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, bending your knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, twisting to the left side, right elbow outside, left thigh. Inhale, push your palms together, lift the heart to the hands. And then exhale, pulling the right hip back. Inhale, twirl your rib cage under. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lifting up to Utkatasana. And then exhale, coming to Tadasana. Inhale, bending your knees to Utkatasana. Exhale, palms down, then straighten your legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, look up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. Lift your head up. And then exhale through Chaturanga, lower to your abdomen. Place your forehead to the floor. On an inhale, reach the arms alongside your body with your palms facing up. Exhale, press the tops of your hands into the floor. Now inhale, lift just your shoulders without lifting your head. Not lifting your head, Sally. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, and again, feel that openness in the heart. Now inhale, pull the navel in and lift head, chest, and legs off the floor without dropping your shoulders forward. Exhale, roll your thighs in. 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, get your big toes to touch. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5, coming all the way down. Inhale, hands next to your waist. Lift up into an upward facing dog. Straighten the arms and pull the chest in front of your arms. And then exhale, going back to downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. Exhale through Chaturanga, lower to your abdomen, placing your forehead to the floor. Inhale, bending both knees. And exhale, holding your ankles or the tops of the feet for Dhanurasana bow. Inhale, lifting head, chest, and legs off the floor. Try and balance on your navel. Exhale, getting your big toes to touch. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, lift your thighs off the floor. Exhale, 2. Inhale, your knee hurts. Yeah, exhale, 3. Inhale, so just lift your legs off, yeah? Exhale, 4 without holding them. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Don't lower your thighs down. I didn't say that. So extend your legs back to Shalabhasana without touching your thighs to the floor. Can you do that? Oh, inhale, draw your inner thighs together. Good. Exhale, 1. Inhale, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, 2. Yeah. Inhale. And then exhale, 3, coming all the way down. Inhale, hands next to chest, tuck your toes. Exhale through bent knees, go back to downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. And then exhale, roll to outside of left foot with your right foot on top. Vasishthasana, second time. Inhale, right arm lifts up. Exhale again, find your Tadasana legs or put your left knee on the floor. Now, inhale, draw the right leg to a tree pose, to Vrikshasana. Then exhale, place the right ball of the foot behind your left leg, about hip width apart. Inhale, lift your right heel and the left corner of your pelvis. And then exhale, reach the right arm over your right ear, gazing into your right palm. Good. Inhale, feel this rotation here. Exhale, 1, yes. Inhale, that's it, Darshan, yes. Exhale, 2, lift this heel. Inhale, create a little more space here, yes. Exhale, 3. Inhale, right hand down, swing your right leg high up behind you to a 3-legged dog. And exhale, pressing the left heel towards the floor. Hips are square. Inhale, right foot steps between hands. Exhale, left knee to outside of right foot and come to sit down on both sits bones. Inhale, left arm lifts up as you press your right sit bone down into the floor, into the block. And exhale, twisting to your right. Inhale, right hand down, opening through the right shoulder. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And then exhale, 5. Release. Inhale, face forward. And exhale, gently counter rotate. Inhale, facing forward. And exhale, swing the right leg behind you, coming to a downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank, lifting your head up. And then exhale, roll to outside of right foot with your left foot on top. Inhale, left arm lifts. And then exhale, extending through both legs. Now inhale, draw the left leg to a tree pose. And exhale, place the left foot behind your right leg. Yeah, ball of your left foot. Good. Inhale, lifting your heel up. And then exhale, reaching the left arm over left ear. That's it. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, left hand down, swinging your left leg high up. And exhale, pressing into your right heel. Inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale, right knee to outside of left foot and come to sit on both sits bones. Inhale, right arm lifts, plug the left sit bone down. And then exhale, twisting to your left side. Inhale, left hand down, pull the navel in and open through the left shoulder. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Lift your chin. Inhale. Yes. Exhale, 3. Inhale, work on length. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And then exhale, 5. Release. Inhale, face forward. And then exhale, gently counter rotate. Inhale, face forward. And then exhale, swing the left leg behind you to a downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. And then exhale through chaturanga, lowering to your abdomen. Place your forehead to the floor. Inhale, bending both knees. And then exhale, reach your hands in front of you with your thumbs facing up. Right? As if you were hitchhiking. Yes? Fist your hands. And then on an inhale, reach your hands back towards your feet. Yeah? So bend your knees. And then make sure you're not flipping your shoulders forward. Keep your shoulders open, inner elbows facing out, and your thumbs up. Yes, good. Hold the insides of your ankles if you can. If that's not possible, repeat what we did before. Now on an inhale, again, lift your head, chest, and legs off the floor. Exhale, if you're holding the insides of your ankle, flex your feet and draw your inner thighs towards each other. Maybe you can even touch your knees and your feet together. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, that's it. Exhale, 4. Now inhale, lift your thighs even higher. Exhale, release back to Shalabhasana without touching your thighs to the floor. Oh yeah. Inhale. Exhale, drawing your inner thighs together. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. And exhale, 3. Coming all the way down. Inhale, hands next to chest, tuck toes. And then exhale through bent knees, go back to a downward facing dog. Inhale here. And then exhale, place your knees to the floor so that they're hip width apart. Yes, and your toes are tucked under. Now inhale, take your hands off of the floor so you're standing on your shins, right? Good. Okay. Now tuck your toes. We're going to do this twice. The first version, you want to have your toes tucked because you have less far to go, right? So you want to increase your arc in the back gradually. Place your hands onto your sacrum, not onto your waist, but onto your sacrum. Actually, the thumbs, see if you can push the sacrum down a bit and push it inward a little bit. Yeah, then see if you can draw the inner elbows towards each other. Now, on an inhale, pull the navel in. Try to lift your ribs away from the pelvis. And exhale, tuck your chin in and then lean back until you have your ankles. Try not to throw yourself into your lower back. Keep your navel pulling in and go back flat. Yeah, go back flat. So with a flat back position and not throwing yourself into your arch. Inhale. Once you're there, push the pelvis forward. See if you can bring the pelvis over your knees from your inner eye, your inner feeling. And then exhale, head back. Ushtrasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale, feel your back ribs lifting. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, push off symmetrically, come up, use your legs. And then exhale, come to sit on your heels. Good. Inhale, coming forward to your hands and knees. And then exhale, pressing back to a downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale, head is heavy. And exhale, 5. Inhale, come forward to a plank pose. Now exhale, place your knees to the floor. Pull the navel in and place your chest and chin to the floor. To Ashtangasana or knees, chest, chin position. So here your pelvis is off the floor. You're not flat down on your belly, okay? So your knees, the balls of the feet are on the floor, okay? The top part of your chest is on the floor and your chin is on the floor. Your navel is pulled in and your tailbone is curling under. Spread your fingers out. Yeah, good. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Inhale, good. Exhale, 1. Inhale, draw the elbows in. Yes, exhale, 2. Inhale, can you breathe here? Exhale, 3. Inhale, feel yourself spreading your chest. Yes. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, keep your knees where they are. And again, with your hands, drag the body forward until your chest lifts up. So you're not pushing your feet behind you. Okay, good. And then exhale through bent knees, go back to a downward facing dog. Inhale here, and then exhale, place your knees to the floor again, just like we did before. Tuck your toes to start. Okay, now this time we're going to take a little bit of a different approach. So again, place your thumbs into your sacrum, pull your sacrum along and tuck your tailbone in. Try to feel your tailbone embedding in between your buttocks. Yeah. Now notice if you're already arching your lower back here. Try not to do that. Create some space in your lower back. And instead, pull the navel in. That will protect your lower back and lift your chest from your back ribs. So you're actually creating a lift and not a collapse. Yes. Now you can roll your head back and you can increase your arch, especially in your upper back, and then reach for your ankles. Yes. Again, try not to jam, but try to lift instead. Now, if your pelvis is easily over your knees and you have your ankles, you can point your feet and place the palms on the soles of the feet with the fingers pointing towards your toes. Yes. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, try not to work one-sided. Exhale, 2. Inhale, knees stay hip width apart. They don't go out to the side. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Inhale again, push off of your feet, come up symmetrically. And exhale, come to sit on your heels. Good. Take your hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. And maybe you're feeling a rush of energy, right, from these intense back bends. And that's okay. So something is happening on an energetic level, which again has to do with allowing us to open the heart and to energize the heart. You know, Amma, who is chanting right now, Amachi, the hugging saint, she always said that Western children need to be taught from the heart and not from the intellect and the mind. That's right. The head is what creates that abyss, right? Okay, reconnect with the breath, with your intention. And then come to your hands and knees. And again, press up into a downward facing dog. Now, on an inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, place knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Inhale again, keep your knees where they are. Instead, drag the body forward until your pelvis is on the floor, and then you point your feet. So you're not pushing your feet behind you. Good. Okay, good. Now let's take Sphinx pose again. So place your forearms down, elbows underneath your shoulders. And this time, see if you can bring the elbows a little bit further forward than your shoulders. Yeah, good. Okay. Then fold your left forearm in front of your chest, right? In front of the chest. So if you're feeling constricted here, you can move the left elbow a little bit out to the side, right? So you like this, huh? And you should be able to square your shoulders to the front and still keep your heart lifted. Yeah, so Darshan, bring your left forearm across the chest. Yes, good. Now, bending your right knee, yeah? Bending your right knee, reach for the instep of your right foot. Again, with your shoulders open. The shoulders is not curled on like this. Press the right heel towards the outside of the buttocks. Yeah, make sure your right hip bone stays on the floor and that your knee does not wander out to the side. Okay, good. Now, maybe some of you can flip your fingers forward in the same direction as the toes. Yes. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, bend your elbow now. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. That's it, Bella. Good. Inhale. And then exhale, 5. Release that right leg and place the right forearm across your chest. Then inhale, bending your left knee. Exhale, hold the instep of your left foot with your left hand. Good, thumb up. Now, on an inhale, see if you can start bending the elbow and start pressing that left heel towards the outside of the left buttocks. And then see if you can flip your fingers forward and square your shoulders. So if you move your elbow a little bit more to here, this elbow, yes, and really move the forearm across your chest. Yes, good. Then you can square your shoulders more easily. Okay, 3 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. You feel that, right? Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. And then exhale, 3. Good. Release your left leg. Lower your chest to the floor. Place one cheek to the floor and gently rocking the pelvis from side to side. So this is half of Bekasana or the frog asana. Right? Frog asana. So killing a frog is considered very heavy karma, a very heavy consequence in this particular tradition. Right? Not every tradition may look at it in the same way, but it's something to contemplate upon, right? Okay, bend both knees now. And so you're going to reach, again, with your hands forward with your thumbs up, right? As if you were hitchhiking. Okay, I don't know if that's people still do that, but at any rate. Okay, then reach back as if you were doing a breaststroke, swimming with the backs of your hands. Yeah. Bend your knees and see if you can reach the insteps of your feet. If you're not able to reach the insteps of your feet, repeat what we did before with Dhanurasana, holding your ankles. Yeah. Now, start bending your elbows. Yeah, start bending your elbows and press the heels to the outside of your buttocks without bringing your knees further away than your pelvis. Yeah, good. And if you're all the way down, maybe you can flip your fingers forward in the same direction as your toes. Okay, inhale. Exhale, 1. Then lift your chest up. Inhale. Yes. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Yes, that's it. Exhale, 4. Now lift your chest. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Good. Come all the way down. Place your other cheek to the floor and gently rocking the pelvis from side to side. So that was our full frog or full Bekasana. Yeah, I mean, so these differences that we're making between the species is reflected in how we behave towards each other as human beings also, right? Because it always implies this mindset of the other, who's somehow less than, or who I have power over, or whose life doesn't matter. Bring your hands next to your chest, and then on an exhale, go back to a downward facing dog. And then again, in downward facing dog, let's take 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Now on an inhale, look between your hands and step your right foot between your hands. Exhale, left knee to the ground and point your left foot. Inhale, hook your thumbs, reach the arms alongside ears. See if you can arch. And then exhale, hands to floor and step your back foot forward. Inhale, soft knees, hook thumbs, stand up, extend your legs and arch. And then exhale, coming to Tadasana. Good. Now look at your feet. Make sure that your feet are together. Big toes touch, inner heels touch. And you have a strong sense of your center line, which is that line that runs in between your legs and then is moving through your genital area, navel area, sternum, which is where your spiritual heart is, and then into the center of the throat, third eye, okay? Now try to disturb this center line as little as possible as you shift the weight onto your left foot, yeah? Bend the right knee so that your right foot is behind you, not in front of you, right? And your knees are together, good. Now, on an exhale, see if you can grab a hold of your right ankle with your right hand. You could also hold the inside of your right ankle, however you like. Inhale, lift your left arm up and grow 2 inches. Then exhale, first squeeze your legs together so that your thighs are at an even plane and your knees are next to one another. Then exhale, pull the navel in and drop your sacrum down. Then on an inhale, see if you can lift your right leg up behind you without bending forward in your torso. Yeah? Exhale, see if you can feel a squeezing action between your thighs, even though they're not together. Then inhale, lift your chest more. Try to lift your head towards your foot. Exhale. And then inhale, see if you can lift your leg a little bit more. That's Natarajasana. And then exhale, start folding forward. Inhale, keep your left arm alongside your left ear so your shoulders stay square to the front. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good, Bella. Yeah, exhale, 2. Inhale, that's it, Darshan. Yes, exhale, 3. Now on an inhale, come back up and bring your legs together first. So you're in a one-legged Tadasana, and then exhale, release your right foot. Okay, good. Inhale, shifting the weight onto your right foot. Exhale, lift your left foot up behind you. Inhale, grab a hold of your left ankle, and then exhale, squeeze your thighs together. Bring your left thigh even with the right thigh, so it's not hanging out in the front. Then inhale, navel in, lift your right arm alongside your right ear. Shoulders are still squared to the front. Exhale. Now inhale, see if you can lift your left thigh parallel to the floor without bending forward. Exhale. Then inhale, lift your chin and your head up. Exhale. Inhale, see if you can lift your leg a little bit more and come closer to that full circle. And now exhale, start bending forward, but keep your right arm alongside your right ear so you keep your hips and your shoulders squared to the front. Inhale, so you're opening, right? Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good. On an inhale, coming back up. Bring your legs together. Feel your navel. And then exhale, drop the left foot next to the right foot. Good. Tadasana. Look at your feet. Big toes touch, inner heels touch. So you're always very secure and sure of where you're standing. Now on an inhale, hook your thumbs. Reach the arms alongside your ears and arch. Exhale, gently fold over bent knees and place your hands to the floor. Inhale, step the right foot behind you. Exhale, right knee to floor and point right foot. Inhale, hook your thumbs, reach arms alongside your ears and arch. And then exhale, hands to floor, step back to a downward facing dog. Good. Then inhale, step the left knee in between your hands. And exhale, lower your right knee to the floor and point your right foot. Yeah? Now, bring your left shin forward. So the knee is on the floor, not the foot. Okay? The left side, the first one. Okay, the front leg, the knee is on the floor, not the foot. Okay, perfect. Now see if you can bring your left shin, so it's at about 45-degree angle, and your left heel is a little bit further forward than your right hip. Yeah? Then see if you can ground your left sitting bone. If your left sit bone is not reaching the floor, put a blanket or a block underneath your sit bone. So you're nicely grounded. Your right thigh is rolling in. Yeah? Once that your left seat is grounded, walk your hands back and try to lift your torso away from your front leg. Good. Then, bending the right knee, grab a hold of your right foot and see if you can press the right heel to the outside of your right buttocks. Inhale, opening that right hip crease. Yes, exhale, 1. Inhale, try not to lean into your front thigh. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, feel free to stay where you are or glide the right foot into your right elbow crease. Inhale, left arm alongside left ear. And then exhale, interlace your fingers behind your neck. Or take the full expression of the asana, if anyone can do that. Inhale, bring the whole right side of the body forward. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lift your gaze. So you allow the pose to lift you up rather than depress you and oppress you. Exhale, 5. Good. Release your leg. Place your hands to the floor. Now on an inhale, swing your right leg in front of you. Exhale, place the right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Then on an inhale, lifting the left arm up, plug your right sit bone down. And exhale, see if you can reach the left armpit across your right thigh. Inhale, see if you can thread the left forearm underneath your right thigh. And exhale, right arm behind back. Grab a hold of your right wrist. Or if you cannot bind, that's okay too. Hold on to your clothes. Inhale, pulling your navel in and open through the right shoulder. Exhale 1. Yes. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. And then exhale 5. Good. Release. Inhale, face forward. And then exhale, gently counter rotate. Inhale, face forward. And exhale, swing the right leg behind you to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step left foot between your hands. Exhale, right knee to floor. Now inhale, flex your left foot. So lift your toes off the floor so you're on your heel. And then exhale, start gliding that left leg forward towards Hanumanasana or your split pose. That's right. Good. Okay, flying across the ocean to free a prisoner. Good. All right, so here again, try and square your pelvis to the front. So if you're falling to the left side and your right side turns out, you need to place a blanket underneath your left sit bone. Yes? Good. Then, if you can, walk your hands back, pull the navel in and away from your front leg and lift your chest and gaze. Exhale 1. Inhale. That's it, Roma. Yes, exhale 2. Try to sink deeper into your right hip crease. Try not to lean back, though. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. And then exhale 5. Press your palms to the floor. On an inhale, very gently bend your left knee. Be careful. Yes. And then exhale, press back to a downward facing dog. Okay, let's do that sequence to the other side. So inhale, step the right knee in between your hands. And exhale, lower the left knee to the floor. Yes, good. The right knee is on the floor, not the foot. We're doing pigeon first. Okay. Now again, ground your right sit bone. If you're falling to the right side, you know that you need to put something underneath that sit bone, be it a block, a blanket, 2 blankets. Good. Then lift your torso away from your front leg. Bend your left knee. And are you still breathing? Yeah? Okay. Grab a hold of your left foot and then use the exhale to press the left heel to the outside of your left buttocks. Try not to twist your hips. Good. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Maybe you want to use a block under your hands. So you have exhale 2. Inhale, this is helping your hips, yeah? Exhale 3. Either stay where you are or glide that foot into your left elbow crease. Inhale, right arm behind, alongside right ear. And exhale, interlace behind your neck. Inhale, try and bring the whole left side of the body forward, looking up. Exhale 1. Inhale, this is also a heart opener, yes? Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. And exhale, release. Is the glass half full or half empty, right? Inhale, swing your left foot forward. And then exhale, place the left foot to the outside of your right side. Inhale, right arm lifts. And then exhale, twisting to your left. Reach the right armpit around your left thigh. Inhale, thread the right forearm underneath your left thigh. And exhale, left arm behind your back. Inhale, pull the navel in and open through the left shoulder. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. And exhale 5. Release. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, gently counter rotate. Inhale, face forward again. And exhale, swing that left leg behind you to a downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale, left knee to the ground. Yes. Then inhale, start flexing that right foot. So you're on your heel and your toes are lifted. And then exhale, start gliding the right heel forward. Right? Again, don't work with force. Instead, work with the breath. Yeah, don't muscle yourself through it. Stop when you're feeling resistance. Yes, good. Then on an inhale, again, try to walk your torso away from your front leg. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Press your hands down. Inhale, bending your right knee. And then exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Pedal your legs out a few times, allowing your legs to get readjusted to this a little bit less intense position. And then on your next inhale, come forward to plank and lift your head up. Exhale, lowering all the way down onto your abdomen. Inhale, our right arm alongside right ear. And then exhale, roll onto your right side and keep on rolling until you're on your backs. Inhale, bending both knees. And exhale, place the soles of the feet on the floor, hip width apart and parallel. Arms are alongside the body. Inhale, pick up your pelvis. And exhale, interlace your fingers below you. Inhale, walking the shoulder blades closer in towards each other. Exhale, 1. Inhale, knees are pointing to the back wall here. Exhale, 2, not out to the side, yeah? Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And then exhale without dropping the pelvis. Release your hands. Inhale, place your hands next to your ears, shoulder width apart, with the fingers pointing towards the feet. Exhale, draw the inner elbows towards each other. Inhale, see if you can lift to the crown of your head without turning out your feet. Your feet are planted into the ground. Exhale. Then inhale, see if you can straighten your arms all the way. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale, there you go. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Keep your toes down. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Inhale, lifting your chin into the chest. And exhale, coming down. Good. Second time. If you need to take half wheel, take half wheel. If you're ready to come into a Urdhva Dhanurasana in one breath, place your hands and come up. Hold my ankles. On an inhale, lift up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Yeah, much better. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Now see if you can get your knees closer in. Exhale, 3. Yes. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Inhale, chin into chest. And then exhale, come down. Yes, okay. So you can practice this with your blocks under your hands. That will make it easier for you to straighten your arms, at least initially, until you bend more. Good. Place your hands again. Third and last time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Yes, inhale. Try not to turn out your feet. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Good. Inhale, coming in, bring your chin into the chest. And exhale, come down. Good. Bending your knees into the chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. Very gently rocking from side to side. Keeping your lower back connected to the earth, your sacrum connected to the earth. And then you can swing your pelvis to your right and drop your knees to the left side. If you like to take an eagle pose, you can do that too. Yeah, making sure that your knees should be at the level of your navel or your pelvis. Yeah, okay. So in 2014, I had a very moving experience. I was invited to teach in Tel Aviv, and then I was also invited to teach in Bethlehem. And on my way back, I was invited to a very special village called Neve Shalom, or what is Salam in Arabic, and it means oasis of peace. Come back onto your backs, and then drop your knees to the other side. And it is a community that has made it as basically growing out of a vision of, I think he's a Hungarian Holocaust survivor who had this vision that Arabic and Jewish Israelis should be able to live together. So it's about 50-50 in this community. And in fact, they base a lot of their philosophy on the teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh, who was from Vietnam, a Buddhist monk who also lived through the Vietnam War. And his big teaching, or one of his big teachings, was not to take sides, right? And he got into a lot of trouble for that, because often, and we see that today too, people want us to take sides. But a yogi is a bridge builder, right? So this whole thing of taking sides is only going to get us in trouble. Again, the abyss, it creates that abyss. Roll the left left side over your right side and keep on rolling until you're in a child's pose. And just placing your forehead to the floor and allow yourself to rest in this child's pose. And so this was after the summer where there had been, again, a Gaza war happening. And this village had gotten permission to bus in a group of Palestinian people from Ramallah. And what we did at first was we had a bonfire and people sang songs in Hebrew and in Arabic, always being translated for each other. And then we had a beautiful vegetarian meal together. And then we had these pianists who were from France who went to war-torn areas and just placed their pianos in the middle of a town square and would start playing piano to neutralize the energy, right? And then we were divided into groups, and it was people of all kinds sitting together, right, of all kinds of backgrounds, not knowing each other necessarily. And we were told, do not discuss politics, simply share your experience that you had this summer. And that was so powerful because it was no for and against, but people spoke from their heart about their experience, and their experience was validated because everyone listened to them. So that was a very, very moving and beautiful example of how we could perhaps envision resolving our conflicts in a different way. On an inhale, roll up through the spine. And then exhale, sit next to your feet and flex, extend both legs forward. Coming into Dandasana, place your hands next to your pelvis. And then on an inhale, lifting your chest. And exhale, start walking your hands forward to coming into Paschimottanasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Again, don't close down your heart. Exhale, come to sit up and bend your knees and place your hands behind you, fingers pointing towards feet. Inhale, lifting up to a tabletop. And exhale, dropping your head back. Take some short, fast sniffing breaths, breaths of fire. Good, and then breathe a little bit more slowly. Come down, and then turn yourselves around so your head will face the altar as you lift up to shoulder stand. And Austin's going to take you through the rest of your class. I'm going to say goodbye to you at this point because I have a Zoom class that starts at 12. So Austin is going to finish the class for you. Happy Thanksgiving. Good.
Thank you, Yogeswari. That was a beautiful class.
And I hope to see you again. I'm going to be here every Thursday over the next few weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks.
2
Yeah.
weeks, and then there's a
Inversions workshop also. Yes, good. Yes, perfect.
So everybody set up for shoulder stand. If you'd like to come into legs up the wall today, just make sure to find a space if you're coming into the Kalani. I like a blanket for shoulder stand, so I like to take the blanket. Closer together so you're not down, you're bringing the weight of the body in line with the shoulders and the elbows. And then put your hands on your back. I like to say, get your hands on your bra strap or your bro strap. Why? Because you want to have bone on bone. You don't want to have it on that soft spot right above the waistband of your yoga pants. Then bring the knees into the chest, bring the heels toward the seat, then bring the knees toward the sky, extending the legs. And what you'd like to try to find is an alignment of ankle, knee, hip, shoulder. If you find that you're looking at the whole top of your foot, then move your hips toward the window, squeezing at your glutes just a little bit, and move your toes back toward the mirrors. So all that you're looking at is just the edge of your toenails. And then breathe. And so here in shoulder stand, another asana that I think is can be challenging. And it's challenging. Energy is staying in it for a little while, right? The normal reaction to coming into this is to kind of come into it, breathe a couple of breaths, and then let go of it and kind of come out of it. But when you want to really like work on like solving conflicts. You got to have a kind of stick with it quality. But that's why we call this a practice. You don't ever really nail it. You know, you see that all the time in social media. Nailed asana. Well, you're just going to let go of it after that. No, you're going to come back and practice it every time you get on your mat, and you're going to learn something new about it every time you come into the mat. And so when we're working with the idea and the concept of ending otherness, of letting go of those dualistic, divisive concepts and ideas, it doesn't mean that we're all the same. We all have differences, but, you know, our culture loves to focus on differences. We rarely focus on our similarities, our humanity, the fact that, you know, we all fear, we all get hungry, we all want to have a happy, full life. And when we only focus on the otherness, we see that we start to believe that the other doesn't deserve the same thing that we want. So you have to keep coming back to the mat, keep coming back to the practice. Now, if you're finding that you're getting a little tired here, cross your right ankle over the left. And as you cross your right ankle over the left, lift your hips up a little bit, squeeze your legs together, and walk your hands up towards your shoulders a little more. And then cross your opposite ankle over, and then squeeze the legs and lift the hips and walk the hands a little closer, and then uncross your ankles again. You're again finding that upward energy even though you're upside down. Then flex the feet, let the toes touch the floor behind your head again, coming into your halasana. And clasp the hands together in a fist behind you and extend your arms. If your toes are not on the floor, you can bend your knees and bring your knees onto your forehead and just keep your hands on your back. And then bend the knees a lot more and bring the knees alongside your ears. Reach back, hold on to the back of your knee joint, Karnapidasana. So here, the shins really would like to try to come to the ground and the tops of the feet are on the ground. But if your feet aren't on the ground, then just bend the knees a little more and pull yourself into like a little disco ball. And gently place the hands on the floor toward the mirrors for everybody. And as you roll down one vertebrae at a time, let the hips touch the floor. And then extend the legs out in front of you. Unfold your mat. Move your blanket, your prop over to the side. Come lay down on your back. If you have legs up the wall, you can bring the knees into the chest, roll to one side, come back and lay down. Now, if you're coming back and you're in the sun, if you like staying in the sun, you can stay in the sun, and you can move to a shadier spot. Once you've laid down on your back, turn your palms to face upward, pressing the elbows, puff up the chest, and come onto the top of the head. Fish. And here, you're opening up your heart again, right? So you've done this deep forward fold that closed off your throat, that closed off your chest, but now you're reopening the heart for that last moment of the practice. And then press into the elbows and bring the chin into the chest and gently come down. And let's now set up for Shavasana, corpse seat. So you can bring a blanket, roll up a blanket, place it underneath your knees. That'll alleviate any pressure in the lower back. You can also place a blanket across the pelvis if you feel a little cool. And then let the body relax. Let the body become heavy. Letting go of Mula Bandha. Let the breath now just breathe the body. Letting go of the Ujjayi Pranayama. And at this is that moment where the body takes in all the teachings of the practice. It starts to absorb into the DNA itself. Gently start to deepen the breath. And by means of the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. And stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Stretch the right side more than the left. Stretch the left side more than the right. And stretch both sides simultaneously. Draw the knees into the chest and gently roll over to the right side. And just stay in a fetal position on the right for a few moments. No need to rush up. If you're used to rushing up, you can just stay there for a few moments. Pressing the left palm into the earth. Slowly lift the torso up and come up to a seated position for a very brief meditation practice. And so, meditation, you want to find a seat that you can be still in for a few moments. Shoulders are over the hips. Not so much about posture, but if you're slumping, then you can't breathe. It's about the breath. So set up tall so you can breathe deep, full inhales and deep, full exhales. You don't have to reemploy Ujjayi pranayama, but there should be these deep, full, enjoyable breaths. And start to close the eyes and begin to draw the senses inward, letting my voice be the last thing to leave. I'm going to offer you a mantra. The mantra is playing overhead, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, which literally translates Loka, location, samasta, same or equal, sukhino, a sweetness, above, an energetic, unto, that's what I'd like to try to achieve. So may everybody in this location have the same experience, a divine, energetic, so that there's no conflict, there's no more otherness. So as you inhale, silently chant to yourself, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And then as you exhale, silently to yourself, chant, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. If the mind begins to wander, focus on the mantra, focus on the breath, and still the mind. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. Inhale for the sound of Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly to meet the hands. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. May there be peace within myself, peace with those around me, but most of all, universal peace. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. And Yogeswari is going to be teaching Thursday, December the 30th over at the other space, Thursday, December the 7th at the other space. And those are both at 7 p.m. And then on Sunday, December the 10th, she's doing a benefit for Azahar. She didn't talk much about Azahar. Azahar is an organization where they go to war-torn countries and orphans from war, they actually send them to yoga teacher training so they can come back and have a livelihood. And there's been some real success stories in Vietnam, in Nicaragua, I think, and maybe Uganda. So if you can't make it to the workshop, we're happy to accept donations. Also, don't forget about the Urban Sadhu Yoga Teacher Training, July the 28th through August the 25th at Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York. You have time to plan for that. It is a month training. You get to go away and do nothing but yoga. Also, there are some vegan pumpkin muffins out on the desk. Bobby has their little mini ones. So take as many as you would like. You can enjoy them in the lobby. I made them yesterday and they were made from a real pumpkin, not a pumpkin in a can. I cooked that pumpkin myself. All right, be loved, be vegan, and we will see you next time.
लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु 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 लोकाः समस्ताः
Mayor Adams is facing an accusation of sexual assault dating back 30 years. The summons filed yesterday contains no details of the alleged assault, but it names the mayor, the New York Police Department, and the New York Police Department Guardians Association as defendants. Summons reads the complaint was sexually assaulted by Adams in New York in 1993 when both worked for the city. The mayor denied the accusations earlier today.
We call every meeting the person who made this allegation. But the city and I'm focused and I have to make sure that we continue to do so. Absolutely, this will never happen.
So you would never harm someone in any manner, and his career speaks for itself. Today's parade, residents we have one of the great parades going on right now.
What do you get when you mix 16 giant American balloons, 26 floats, and a dozen marching bands for a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade? For Gabriel Urban Sadhu Rivera, is not a support.
For us as a family, and this time we brought our daughter and our boyfriend along with us to share the experience.
5,000 volunteers were in the parade, marching or acting as clowns from the Upper West Side to Herald Square. George and Bonnie Perez and their family came here from Omaha.
I've been watching it growing up every year.
Roger Stern, 10 wins on 92 FM, the Upper West Side.
It is a day to be grateful, especially for your approach table that is full of food. Not everyone is so fortunate. Among the many nonprofits and organizations in our area trying to help on this holiday, God's love, even with
Preparing Thanksgiving dinner for a typical family can be stressful, but imagine the important value that's what you're doing here at God's love will deliver. I think another dream where we are going to home deliver over 15,000 full-on Thanksgiving feasts for our clients. Volunteers cook. People facing life-altering illnesses like HIV/AIDS or cancer are being able to volunteer for foster gardens.
Something I really
very exciting. There was an attitude to it. So, there's a thought in the world of sports where if you buy a ticket, you can do as much as you want. I'll repeat how I feel about that notion because I'd like to stay on the air. I don't agree with that one. Last night in San Antonio, the fans were letting former Spurs star Kawhi Leonard, who now plays with the Clippers, and so one of the great coaches in the game, the Spurs had Greg Popovich, and took to the microphone and let the fans. Shut up. Obviously, they did. Unbelievable. Bring to mind this great clip from 1989 where Bengals coach Sam White chastising Cincinnati Bengals fans for throwing things on the field. Absolutely. Now being very money. Thanksgiving table and fall over turkey and all trees. Here's one. This has been a tough year for much of the wine business, as inflation has prompted many people to trade down from their usual glasses and bottles to more economical price points. But what about the non-tasting cars?
You see some of that trade down, lesser wine quality and want an excellent product.
David Duncan, CEO of Silver Oak Summit.
For producers like us, or maybe our brother in the mountain summer, they do have that great bottle of wine, so it's a special occasion for them to celebrate.
Along with pricier wines and special occasions, something interesting happened behind the lockdown. People's industry appeals to be
Exposing interest in institution as a food network and things like that has really changed the approach of many people to
because unbroken and scary economic times, there are moments in which we simply have to splurge. Bloomberg Money lost a 2656 every hour. I'm Andrew O'Reilly, 1010 on 92.3 FM.
And that was sponsored by Yadgara Associates Personal Injury Attorneys.
Now there's message over targeting these problems by our donators. Call 1-877-CARS for kids. Today, Wednesday, Sunday, 1227. Have you been injured? All types of personal injury cases. Clients and personal injury practice.
Personal injury attorney.
You've been in a car accident or on a job at a certain fall accident, maybe a medical malpractice situation. The attorneys at my firm, jail, Yadgara Associates, understand personal injury law. Take action. Call me 718-333-0812. The results from your cases keep my practice open and open. Each of my clients by name. Call me each case. Take action. Call me 718-333-0812. I am detailed Yadgara Personal Injury Attorney. I deliver honesty on the value of your personal injury case, which turns into trust, and I deliver clear communication, which equals rewards. Take action. Call me 718-333-0812.
You can constantly many years of my bathroom floor. At least my super sweeper, sweeper takes to the dry spots, all just go past and chat and not cares. And I feel hair hanging. And I'm finished cleaning up my hair, sweeper takes care of it too. And brown hair's gone. All thanks to Sweeper. Try Sweeper Sweeper Heavy Duty Dry Cloth. You can trim the salesman or your money back. And also try Sweeper Sweeper Wet. It'll make good work at tough sweeping houses.
Pre-owned cars on those big websites, you'll see cars marked great price. When our final bill comes back, great price will be greatly lost. Major world. At Major World, what you negotiate is what you pay. More facility in Long Island City. Choose from our huge inventory and get no late surprises. Upsmart Techniques websites and go to the new Major World. Bigger than ever. Major World! 2341 and 1 Major Oil. Go to Major World.
They always have the lowest prices. Remember that amazing birthday your sister brought me last week? It's right here. And that's when you guys want to with the lower prices for over 30 years, you'll always find the love and love it. Total Wine and More. Drink smartly featuring on 19 good age compare to the open house. For the closest, brand new memberships. But because you're a realtor, you're here for so much more. Agents will be employees volunteer and you have 3 times the national average. Or more tax product access to credit, increase affordable housing and insurance rent housing. As realtors and bound by code of ethics, your shares are also realtors and members of the National Association. That's who we are. Less than 12 hours before a temporary ceasefire and hostage release deal between Israel and Hamas begins, President Biden on his Thanksgiving Day mandatory did not comment on negative events. President thanking first responders at a local firehouse. The U.S., along with Israel and Qatar, acting as a broker with Hamas, has worked to carve out a deal nearly 7 weeks after the Hamas attacks and intense fighting in Gaza. Sorry, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mohammed Al-Ansari.
We have been closely contacted with President Biden at the early on. The UN are possible between both sides to ensure that we work together on this, and we appreciate the work done by the United States to make sure that the deal comes to fruition.
Qatar says 13 hostages will be freed on the first day, along with a number of Palestinians held in Israeli jails. More aid will also flow into Gaza. I'm Michelle Franklin, ABC News. It's time 12:31 contact and transit on the ones buildings going on Jordanville. Okay, so maybe we have to switch gears a little bit. Let's check in with AccuWeather. Meteorologist John Shear today.
Degrees will top out to low 50s, and most of those tonight down 42 to 30s and some sun. We're going to show you in the 80s, sometimes about 3 tomorrow, 38. And Saturdays, the sunshine, cold, the high is 41. It's like Sunday, all over the days, it's going to be better. But it was about an increase, and we'll probably see some rain today. Some days, 49 with sunshine, 47 northwest of 50.
Everyone's heading out for their scores. Inside their department moving from NPR northbound. This is between 49th and 63rd Street. So give it some extra time. Come on, we'll be there for at least 2 weeks on. Just in Brooklyn, heading to Staten Island, Bell Parkway westbound. It's just a slow go between Yonge Street and Arizona Bridge, and then more delays into Staten Island, westbound between Highland Boulevard and Route 440. Traffic sponsored by the Barnes Firm. Heavy jams at the Outer Bridge in New Jersey, by the way. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels Hudson side in at George. Upper level is going to be about 15 to 20 after that crash, clear upper level. Southbound's about half an hour. Slow going at east and west side, covering Hudson, Harlem River Drive, up to GWB. And in and out at Lincoln, we're looking at about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 both ways to Holland. Here's what we see on Long Island to Victory, the LIA Northern State moving well. Southern State, stopping go eastbound between Peninsula Boulevard and Montauk. Traffic sponsored by the Barnes Firm. And again, on Barnes Firm traffic is line 844 jam 1010. Traffic concerns at every 10 minutes on the ones, breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. Jody Bell, 10-2-92-3 FM.
If you believe in progress, choosing the right firm is crucial. How do you need the best result possible?
Riverside Memorial Chapel is pleased to offer a free 24-hour information on Chevrolet. It's available at our chapel, 7060 in Amsterdam. Just stop by and pick it up.
All of us can compare to the luxury and performance of the 2023 Porsche Taycan. Drive and understand why. Experience the Porsche Taycan for yourself. Excellent selection to choose from now at Racetina Porsche in Edison or visit RaceTinaPorsche.com.
With some more straight talk, you can get a Walmart Plus membership. Plus, not pay for it. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get free giveaways with Walmart Plus. Plus, a paramount plus subscription to our event plus. That's a lot of wireless.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk Wireless. Walmart.
Required service on Golden Platinum Unlimited. Offer for eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate streaming required. Additional terms apply.
More about the deadly vehicle blast. Check out
State initial concerns that the car may have been active explosives in the blast. Officials now insist there was no nexus to terrorism. Matters being noted by local police as a traffic investigation. Homeland Security document obtained by ABC News describes the two people who died in the fiery truck crash as a husband and wife who are both religious and controlling government watch lists. responded to David report from a high school senior in Maryland commenting on a baseball bat hitting him in the head and handed up the batting cages according to school officials. Jimmy Medina was pitching catcher for the school's baseball team, and a senior at Gaines will have details of that which happened Monday afternoon. Again, the cages not immediately known. The Michigan Broadcasters Association involving tens of thousands of union workers in Vegas.
99% of culinary union workers in Las Vegas have voted yes to a new contract with Wynn Resorts. Union leaders say the sold contracts between 40,000 unionized hospitality workers and Wynn Resorts, MGM Grand, and Caesars Entertainment for the best contracts ever won in nearly 90 years. Negotiations for an additional 10,000 hospitality workers are still ongoing. And 24 Strip Independent and downtown Las Vegas casino resorts.
Correspondent Jim Christopher reporting with News Time, Productions and I'm Bob founder and chairman of America First, a family of brands that includes RepairClick.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we personally launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helps take our technology to a whole new level where digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent for new solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClick.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com 773 AmericanEagle.com 773.
So make the entire national capacity. It's important for him to people control, reboot, or anything. Main character Jack Skellington is a personal diversion. He compares the people really like from director. Because the large amount of work is what would determine him to follow up rather than just release it right there before Christmas is closing. And the first movie that came out of the time only to grow into something far bigger over the years and the consumer arm of Disney Plus. Number one, Thanksgiving weekend box office expects to back Disney's new animated situation. Not by that much, the light has numbers to rate about 41.8 million bucks on one day's Sunday. Compared to $4.5 million. Meanwhile, we got to looking at 36 million gross less expectations and returns of 38 every hour right here on These times, folks, you know, our neighbors are talking about the smart plan for people with Medicare and Medicaid. It's health plans from GNS Health Medicare, designed to fit your needs right now and in the future. And $0 copays. Plus, get up to $266 a month for OTC and conversion fees. And pay for an additional $760 a year for essential monthly home utilities and more. With the smart move, that's all the internet companies. 1-866-414-6713. That's 1-866-414-6713. Limited cost depends on the level of OMS or UGL store. Annual loan. Social utilities are part of a special supplemental program for the county utility. And now members follow that. Other types of goods and services not eligible. AMS Health Medicare is a Medicare Advantage organization with Medicare and Medicaid contracts, offering HMO D-SNP and HMO plans. Enrollment in AMS Health Medicare depends on contract. Two words, Rolling Stones and your favorite alternate station has you down to listen between 8 and 8:30 each weekday for your chance to win.
This is 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 49 degrees, hopefully here Thursday, November 10th to 3rd. Happy Thanksgiving. We're celebrating officer. This is happening. Where Adam has been accused in illegal filing of sexual assault in 1993. Taken to the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Volunteers have those who deliver, helping thousands of New Yorkers enjoy the holiday. They gave the challenge contestants threatening legal action against Netflix and producers who claimed they were injured during filming that game show. And Trevor Ice Spice is getting her very own shield head. We'll explain. And of course, we've got an NFL doubleheader. The Green Bay Packers at the Lions 12:30. The Commanders and the Cowboys 4:30. And San Francisco 49ers at the Seahawks 1:00. That's all for the lunch. What's going on, Jody Bell? 170 and weird. Just looking at the crawls on the One Stone Bridge. Bound 5 seconds cleared, but it's just a slow go from the primary and Buckner interchange to Whitestone Expressway. Northbound, slow go, crowd stackers probably slightly better. Eastbound, oh, the cross island for both ways is absolutely a mess between the LA and the bridges. Clearview and Whitestone Expressway, slightly better. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. And at the Georgetown level, 15 and 20 outbound about half an hour. And we're looking at really slow on the east and west side in town. Henry Hudson, Harlem Drive. Just doing those calls on the GWB. In and out at the Lincoln, it's about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 now, both ways. And the tunnel, here's what we see on Long Island Street, Northern State, LA. No problems. There's not little progress between the Nassau border and the Southern State eastbound. Just stop and go between Peninsula Boulevard and Fulton. And our next report is coming up 12:51. Thompson wins 93 FM. Mayor Adams has been accused in illegal filing of sexually assaulting a woman in 1993.
The three-page court document does not provide details of the alleged assault, but names Adams, the transit chief of the New York Police Department, and the New York Police Department Guardians Association as defendants. City spokesman says the mayor does not know the person making the accusation and denied the claim. But the FBI meanwhile is investigating Adams' 2021 campaign. Agents received his phones and raided the home of his chief campaign fundraising facilitator.
Saying City Hall spokesperson as Adams would never do anything explicitly harm another person. After one Thanksgiving event today in New York,
I would never do anything to harm anyone. And it's just really,
comes just hours before New York Adult Survivors Act expires. That eliminates the statute for imprisonment for accusers of sexual abuse to come forward. Oh, this is a big day. The mayor may not have heard of it. Loud cheers interrupting when Santa came by waving to the press.
Turkey has so many great things, and a couple of our goers are joining us. 10-year-old meeting the list. How'd you like the parade this year? Yeah. What were your favorite things? Oh yeah, those are two of the classic ones. And we have another parade goer here with us. What's your name and where are you from? My name is Harnett, and I work just in South Carolina, but I live in New York City now. This is my first time officially seeing the parade after living here for a really long time. Oh wow. So live here and watch on our TV. So exciting. The excitement of actually seeing it up close for the first time. And it's probably more excited than most of the kids in the crowd. It really puts you in the holiday spirit, right? And now we can get into the Christmas spirit. Yes, I think it may be impossible for me to be Grinch this year. Springtown wins on 92.3 FM. And the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was interrupted a bit by pro-Palestinian protesters on the other side of the Macy's. It's not too late to apply to Mountain Michael Academy for fall 2024 high school admissions. Call 718-515-6400 today and ask for John Prayer. Schedule your personalized visit. Act now before the deadline on December 1st.
Don't miss the energy and action of game day at MetLife Stadium. We'll be there to see the green and white face off against the Miami Dolphins, Atlanta Falcons, Houston Texans, and Washington Commanders this season. Mark your seats to be there for every exciting moment at nyx.com/tickets. Get ready to bring the noise.
No, this is Julie Perry, President and CEO of the Rally Motor Company. For the past 65 years, we have grown our family through you, our valued customers. You are the reason that Rally is where we are today, and we offer exceptional care and ease in customer experience and full transparency at Acura, BMW, Lexus, and Mercedes-Benz showrooms. Come visit us today and celebrate 65 years of family.
Experience luxury supermarket. Rally Motor Company. And news time 12:46. New e-commerce data. Living online this holiday shopping season. That's according to data from the Urban Analytics. Releasing new e-commerce numbers from the start of November, showing the season is off to a strong start. It says shoppers are taking advantage of deep discounts on everything from electronics and toys to clothing, spending $63 billion online. That's up 5% from last year. Overall, the Google says consumers are finding bargains online and are opening their wallets to snap them up. Joe Dennis, ABC News.
The message from President Biden as leaving as they continue a holiday tradition of the parade. President Biden said on this Thanksgiving Day, Americans should remind themselves how blessed they are to live in the greatest nation on earth. The president personally dialed into ABC's live television coverage of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Joe Biden said it was important for Americans today to commit an act of kindness. The president said, given the deep political divide across the nation, this holiday is a time to put that aside and come together. Travis, ABC News, Washington.
Special delivery, 15,000 meals. Volunteers hand out all 5 boroughs. Deliver meals to people suffering from respiratory illnesses such as HIV, AIDS, or cancer. Sergeant Francisco from the West Village is taking up this delivery. It's nice to have people with stress and volunteers delivering 15,000 Thanksgiving meals. Cindy Little is not only a volunteer here, but was also the recipient as she battled cancer. She knows how special these meals are. Various Matthews Central News and 92.3 FM in Soho.
And if you're interested, you can donate $20 with your provided meals for clients and the guests. Just head over to glwd.org.
And news on 12:48, an Oscar-winning actor will be singer and actor Jamie Foxx has been accused of sexual assault in a new lawsuit filed in New York City. The woman, who is only identified as Jane Doe, alleges that he groped her in a secluded corner of a rooftop bar in the city in 2015. She says that her friend interrupted them, and that's when she left the bar. She's seeking unspecified damages. Jamie Foxx is best known for his Oscar-winning role as Ray Charles in the 2004 film Ray. His correspondent Jen Clark. News Time 12:40. And the challenge contestants are threatening legal action against Netflix and producers after claiming they were injured during filming that game show. British personal injury law firm representing 2 unnamed players said they suffered hypothermia and nerve damage while shooting in cold conditions in the UK. Contestants allegations concern their experience shooting the show's opening game, Red Light, Green Light, who think that medicine was installed. The game was filmed at Parkton Studios on the Royal Air Force Base in Bedford, Colston, and Britain. Now, at the time, Netflix confirmed the radio of 456 players required medical attention. The game, the challenge, premiered Thursday. Well, police in Rio de Janeiro said Wednesday they are investigating Time for Fun, a Brazilian company that organized a terrorist show in the city days after a man died on the machine attending a terrorist store during an extreme heat wave. A spokesperson for the city police department of Rio de Janeiro said the Consumer Delegations Department launched an inquiry into the crime of endangering the life and health of concert goers. Time for Fun did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The CEO has said he apologized to all who did not have the full best possible experience. She said on Instagram after the show she was overwhelmed by grief over the woman's death.
As New Times will fill the talk about the weather and arts and economics. It's easy to see why money managers are pretty much the same. Future investments were clearly different.
High commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Mustard commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, advocating to act in our clients' best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their wants and needs.
You probably sneaked in some layered fees.
We have one transparent management fee structured so we do better and our clients do better.
You really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
These times while getting much out of the transit home, there was a call on Bill. 70 jammed in the Bronx and it's a call on the New England Thruway both ways. Muskegon, Buckner, and oh yeah, Bronx too. Bronx, that's not moving. Westbound to the 8095 split eastbound, that's going to be a call. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Patience needed. And after GWP, it's about 20 to 25 minutes now, but outbound, it's about 35 minutes. More migraines on the east and west side, Henry Hudson northbound. That's going to be jammed. Down to the west 80s and Harlemswood Drive, we're seeing those delays to the GWB from the ROG Triborough. In and out after Lincoln, looking at 10 to 15, and Holland both ways, now 15 to 20. We still have closures in town around the parade route near Central Park until about 3 o'clock. East River Crossings, Brooklyn Bridge, taking its time, but it's running up to 8. Expect heavy jams inbound from the Gowanus up to Brooklyn Crossings. Outbound, a mess, Flushing Avenue to crossings as well. Traffic sponsored by Mount St. Michael's Academy. Our next report is coming up at 1:01. 10 West 92.3 FM. It's News Time 12:52 now for your official attention index. Forecast, we check in meteorologist Tom Perry.
Chilly afternoon out there. Sunshine, top out the mid-50s. It's like breeze down now, close to cold, about 42 in the 30s as we suffer. A little bit chillier than tomorrow, sunshine, some clouds, breezy up to 48, and then a cold day on Saturday, despite some sunshine, high to 41. Again, dry weather continues through most of the day on Sunday. We'll see some rain on Sunday into Sunday night. By Sunday, 48. Now it's 49, and we'll see sunny going up to 54 in Midtown. The meteorologist John here at the New York Weather Station, 1010 Wind 92.3.
Degrees right now, both in Long Beach and Morristown, New Jersey, 49 in Hoboken, News Time 12:53.
Attorney Dan Buttigieg Associates. When I was a child, I experienced several injustices. This sparked a passion in me to fight for people. You never know when you're going to need a person who's attorney. I've seen situations in which a second changed a person's entire life. When you go to Buttigieg Associates, you don't just get a single attorney. You get a team of professionals who will stand beside you and do everything possible to get you to the finish line so that you can move on with your life. When I'm in court, I think back to the injustices I experienced as a child, and it makes me want to fight even more aggressively for you. Buttigieg Associates, you will stop at nothing to have the best possible outcome. Choosing a personal injury attorney is not a decision that you should make lightly. You should find someone who's highly recommended, or someone that has a proven track record. Call us today at 1-800-NOW-HEARD. 1-800-669-4878. 1-800-NOW-HEARD. Or online at 1-800-NOW-HEARD.com.
The FAA, including the investigation into last weekend's mishap involving the test flight of SpaceX's giant Starship.
Super happy booster extra experience a rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Molecular marine biologist Greg's space degree to create new marine habitat changes. Julia Stellani with land permaplants on the environment. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
And the FAA has not reached any conclusions yet.
very own the company announced yesterday that terracotta figurine features her signature orange afro, where the chia sprouts will take 1 to 2 weeks to fully develop. Ice slices chia pet will run you $34.99, available to buy on chia.com and Amazon. And will be available on her website, Ice Spice Music, beginning Friday. Snacks that was recalled weeks ago is still on some store shelves. FDA said that Banana applesauce pouches, which were recalled in October, are still being sold at Dollar Tree stores in multiple states. There have been more than 50 reports of kids between the ages of 3 and 4 who've gotten sick with lead poisoning linked to the Puree pouches so far. While the FDA did not specify in which states the stores are sending them, they did say that they should not be for sale and will be contaminated with lead. Jen Clark, CBS News. It's time to Easy 6 coming up Bloomberg Moneyline.
For years, the food industry has been working with GMOs, genetically modified organisms, animals, plants, or microbes whose DNA has been altered using genetic engineering. It's been used in most places around the world for more than 20 years to increase food production. But introducing foreign DNA into food products hasn't been without controversy. So enter gene editing, which speeds up what could eventually be achieved by crossbreeding. Gene editing kind of hijacked nature's own way, so they just only make changes that could naturally occur on their own. Rory Riggs is CEO of gene editing company Cebus. He says they can take the genetic ability of one plant and actually find disease or fungus and give another plant the ability to feel safe. So suddenly these many countries like these plants won't have this disease. Riggs says the European Union's decision to consider allowing gene editing plants for food is a big deal, as the EU started the anti-GMO movement. Bloomberg Moneyline, 26 and 56 past every hour. Price for 10 wins on 92.3
Live at an updated COVID vaccine, issue 65 hours, a COVID vaccine takes 2 hours time, and it's a COVID vaccine can help you stay healthy. The COPD, the World Emergency, getting a COVID vaccine can take you off of ventilators, anyone who is severely ill. But some people are not willing. Know your rights and make sure you're up to date on your COVID vaccine. A message from the U.S. State United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Shipping home at USPS.com/holiday. From the free Odyssey app. I just scored one. Sunday high 48, and they're packing some rain today or Sunday night low 44. Right now, 39 degrees under sunny skies in New York. More people begin these winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Gloria, our service day, Sarah Milano is our writer. Out tomorrow over at the Edgar's Desk, and Stephanie Officer.
All new with Good afternoon. Today is 54 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm Bud Beachman. Here's what's happening. Mayor Adams has faced a sexual assault allegation from 1993. He has denied the charges. Annual events, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, shining brightly on New York today. For prisoners, Israeli Hamas is set to start at midnight our time. A 17-year-old boy is stabbed to death in early morning brawl in lower Manhattan. Everybody loves Venice, right? Maybe leading to us, say the officials in the Italian. Big day of football. I'm not talking about the Spartan 6-0 win and Monday Night New York Pop Warner back in 1971. The NFL triple-header, Packers leading the Lions 13-6 actually, in the game in Detroit this afternoon. Washington and Dallas later on today, and San Francisco and Seattle tonight. Business time 101. Transit on the line to move up and enjoy this.
Hilton Winston, Campbell's arrived, westbound Grand Central, Northern Boulevard, that's crash, that's right lane problem, and it's just a slow go as we head up to it. Eastbound Grand Central, LAE, they're getting loaded up. Now this horrendous for Verrazano from Knapp Street. And looking at the East River crossing, Timber Bridge, that's taking its sweet time from the loaded up East Way. Southbound FDR approaching the bridge, got a broken down vehicle, that right lane is blocked, so expect those heavy jams inbound from Florida's up to the Brooklyn crossings. Southbound will be a mess. Flushing Avenue to the crossings. Northbound BQE by Queens Boulevard, another broken down. Right lane is blocked there. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Hudson side, 20 to 25 into the George. Outbound's about 35 minutes, and we're looking at the Lincoln and Harlem Tunnel. They're each about 15 to 20 minutes. Still have closures around the Parade, Central Park, especially until about 3 o'clock. And in Connecticut, Turnpike, they're hitting southbound between the relay line up to Stanford both ways. Down Merrick, it's a little better. Stop and go into Brenton and more slow down to Stanford. We're down Hutch, Jam, and Westchester, both Hutch and MET. They're just a mess in the Bronx. Next week, we're at 111, 10 wins, and 93 FM.
Football, maybe a little bit of practice before. You're fortunate to take a full dose of it.
Nice day out there today for Thanksgiving standards. Crazy side with temperatures up in the mid-50s, so pretty nice overall. Sunshine. And it looks like we're going to continue the next few days. Having travel plans tomorrow, Saturday night, and clouds running free Sunday. Still dry Sunday morning. It looks like we see some rain coming in today, Sunday, and that lasts till Sunday night. Mayor Adams is now facing an accusation of sexual assault. The accusation goes back some 30 years. This comes just before the deadline for the adult survivors investigation.
In a legal summons filed Wednesday, Mayor Adams is accused of sexually assaulting a woman in 1993 while she worked as a transit cop. And his accuser also worked for the city. Adams spoke to reporters Thursday.
Absolutely not true. I would never do anything to harm anyone. And it's just really, speaks for itself.
A statement from City Hall says the mayor doesn't even know who the accuser is. The 3-day trial doesn't go into detail about the alleged assault and asks for a trial and $5 million in relief. It was filed under the Adult Survivors Act. Its window closes on Friday the 24th. Here's Felicia's 1010 Wings on 92.3 FM.
Now off to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade today when New York shines so well.
The NYPD providing a marching band for the parade and providing security to get millions of spectators safe through Anna, who is from California.
That's Newark. Immediately came over and got spot right at the beginning of the parade.
Why so early? Inside of you see 16 large character balloons with 4 new ones. 26 floats. Joy Perez, his wife Anna, and their extended family came here from Omaha. Rock, Stearns, and Williams, 92.3 FM on the Upper West Side.
Pro-Palestinian protesting parade. Several protesters on 49th Street held signs read, "Genocide then, genocide now." Protesters were wearing white jumpsuits smeared with fake blood, and they started walking on the parade route. Causing pause in the parade at 11 a.m., forcing rerouting balloons and floats heading to Macy's. Police say several individuals were taken before us. Now to the Middle East, the prisoner exchange is now expected to happen Friday. It will start at 7 a.m. local time. That's midnight tonight.
Qatari officials announcing a Gaza ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has been finalized. Both sides will put down their weapons early Friday morning at 7 a.m. local time for a 4-day temporary ceasefire. Hamas set to hand over 13 hostages, all Israeli women and children, at 4 p.m. Friday. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office confirming they have the list of those 13 hostages. It will be the first of 50 expected to be free. Israel set to gradually release 150 jailed Palestinian women and minors. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Area violence earlier this morning on the streets of Lower Manhattan. The 17-year-old is dead. They say a brawl broke out at Lafayette and White Streets. Teenagers were stabbed in the chest. The 19-year-old was in a stable condition. They say they have detained several men. Once News South 107. The remains of a soldier from Indiana who was killed in Germany during World War II have been identified some 80 years later.
Intelligence agencies only sent out 13 warriors killed when the German army shelled this in November 1944. DPAA says there was a preliminary ID made next year, but first body was exhumed from the Belgian military cemetery in 2021. His remains will be reburied next year at San Diego. DPAA says his name has been removed from the memorial for the missing.
And that's correspondent Peter King. You always hear that every word counts, but sometimes we can be a bit cynical about that. Let's go to northwest Louisiana. Candidate for the sheriff of the parish, the terminology that they use essentially for county, has demanded a recount, unusual in this day and age. He's demanded a recount of more than 43,000 votes because he lost by one vote. The Republican candidate, John Nicholson, is going for the recount. He lost by a vote. No comment from the Democrat, who won by a vote. The Caddo Court of Court in the parish, Mike Spence, said he had seen close races during his 46 years of experience. None was a sizable number of voters, and he says he hopes this will teach residents every vote matters. On the international political front, we heard from Argentina earlier this week electing a populist right-wing candidate, now from the Netherlands.
The far-right populist Eric Wilders is a landslide parliamentary election victory, one of the biggest upsets in Dutch politics since World War II. This voter in the Hague says,
I think he was very focused on this immigration, and this party has been the theme for many, many years. So I think this will be voted for immigration.
it's a big pushback to the globalist agenda, one that's sending shockwaves throughout Europe.
Circles back. All the points that we're making circles back.
Where's the sign?
I'm good. I know right now, in the moment,
My eyes can't make the things I love my father in Monterey. He always lit up a dim with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since conquering the palace, I've learned there's an advanced form of disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's modern science. For some, straight lines seem good, like when looking at a door. For others, blurring or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved one's faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Has been a victim of nursing home abuse. Home offices of Kelly Grossman America at 1-800-ELDER. If you believe that you or someone you love has experienced bed sores, falls, fractures, or other abuse or health problems as a result of inattention while being cared for in a nursing home or residential facility, call 1-800-ELDER. Kelly Grossman and Kerrigan are experienced trial attorneys who are assisted by a legal team including medical experts experienced in nursing home neglect and abuse. The Kelly Grossman Kerrigan team helped others win an $18.75 million verdict in Brooklyn, $3.75 million in compensatory damages, and $15 million punitive damages against nursing homes. Nursing homes are now open, and you can check on your loved ones. If you suspect abuse, call 1-800-ELDER. That's 1-800-ELDER. 1-800-353-3759 or at ktkfirm.com.
We're talking about having all of that.
This is
We have miles and miles to go. We have miles and miles of holiday delays. Let's check out New Jersey, especially make that the Garden State Parkway, most way southbound near exit 127 to 287. More jams near exit 130, going to Toll Plaza, and it's just stop and go 140 exit 2. In the Bronx, we have more headaches. Crash New England Freeway southbound near the Hutch Bridge. That's being cleared out, but that left lane was blocked. There's plenty of jams both ways. And here's what you need to know about bridges and tunnels. Still about 20 to 25 minutes in at the GWB. That's both levels. Outbound is about 35 minutes. And the east and west side, here just all jammed out. Henry Hudson eastbound. You're going to find a slow go from the west 80s up to the bridge. And Harlem River Drive, that's also slow go. GWB from the RFP Triangle. Now, in and out at the Lincoln, we're looking at 15 minutes and 15 to 20 both ways at the Harlem Tunnel. So it's slightly worse in the Lincoln. Crash on the Grand Central westbound Northern Boulevard, that's all clear, but it's still a slow go. And the LIE is also a mess, by the way. Forget about it. Traffic sponsored by Security Dodge. Our next report that's hailing up 121 to 92 FM.
Hi, New York, Michelle Sneaky here with Security Dodge. We have over 800 new vehicles in stock. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com during the Black Friday sales event and get some.
Pretty nice weather out there. Thanksgiving afternoon, sunshine, breeze. Top out of 54 in this town and mostly clear for tonight. 42, the 30s in suburbs. Dry weather's going to continue as we head for tomorrow and Saturday. Sunshine, clouds, breeze high 48. Colder Saturdays, sunshine high just 41. Starting Sunday, clouds and increase low 48. Looks like we'll see some rain late today into Sunday night. Right now, so far, we've got 15 sunshine, 54 in Midtown. Meteorologist John Field on New York's weather station, and we're going to 92.3 FM. John, thank you. Wednesday, January 13th. There's a story about mummy you see in town, and there's one story that I find incredibly fascinating. Not fascinating story.
Center's Plan for Healthy Living is a Medicare Advantage plan that offers additional benefits not included with traditional Medicare. CPHL has several Medicare plans, some with no premium or deductible, and some include a debit card of up to $290 a month for OTC, groceries, and utilities if you qualify. Call now 877-CPHL-123. That's 877-CPHL-123. Right. And that's the point. He's always trying to position the test on the
Make sure you have the number one children rescue device. Life Back is offering 20% off.
All money managers are pretty much the same, but our Fishery residents work really different. So high commission investment products, right? Now, Fishery investors doesn't help any commission-based investment products. You must earn commissions on trades. Never a fishery or fiduciary is obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest order here for a financial advisor. How do you know what's in their best interest? We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on They're the ones that your preparation concentrated in layer cheese. Now, we don't want to compare structure so we get better, clients better. Wow, you really do work out for your clients. Because on top priority is something that we keep over time. Do I most of our clients VisionInvestors.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Vision Investors, clearly different from investment securities. If Asian Italian coins and gems are your thing, you might want to plant in northern Italy. Even if they're not, you might want to plant in northern Italy. Actually, have Thanksgiving dinner and then in an area near Bologna, a treasure trove of ancient coins and gems have been unearthed. Part of an archaeological effort to explore a bygone city named Paterna. Those doing the thing are hardly letting bygones. Officials describe Paterna as a magical place with relics that date back 2,000 years. That's actually before the Internet. The ancient city existed from the 2nd century BC through the 6th century. And experts say only 10% of the site has been searched so far. Now, a second story about an archaeological find, and something that Indiana Jones was part of the newscast eventually. This find is in Peru.
Five monsters in have been discovered on the outskirts of the Peruvian capital. Two of them are like children still have air. Researchers claim that these are at least 1,000 years old and were part of the Eastern culture from before Peruvian was ruled. They were found in what archaeologists believe was a ceremonial atrium, also used as a burial ground.
I repeat, some of the mummies after 1,000 years still have air. That's what I'm going to take away from that story. Amazing.
Exaggerated.
In Venice, one of the most popular places to visit in Europe, Venice is so popular that Venice authorities are trying to figure out ways to make it less popular. Essentially, bring to mind the great old yogism, no one goes there anymore, it's too crowded. Venice is unveiling a pilot program to charge day trippers €5, that's about $5.50, to come into the city on weekend next year. The goal is to encourage longer visits, improve quality of life for the city's residents, and perhaps to cut down the day trippers. Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose is facing a sexual assault accusation from the late 80s. He says she was partying with Axl Rose and friends in the club, and then his hotel in 1989 when things turned back. In the New South Boston, friends of drug mule girls violently dragged her down a hallway in his suite and then raped her. An experience that has left her with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Also, her career as a model and actress. Rose's lawyer says in a statement that the incident never happened. The singer was no longer ever meeting again. Jason is Delaware company to shut down. Charge is making false promises to students in exchange for taking out loans. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and 11 states have ordered a company called Vinyasa to send refunds of more than $4 million for its illegal student lending practices, void almost $27 million in outstanding income share agreements and permanently cease operations. Vinyasa operated a 12-week online training program that it claims would prepare students for entry-level positions as software sales development representatives with six-figure salaries. The course came with a job guarantee. The students were offered loans that included an income sharing provision and were told they didn't have to pay unless they got a job. Regulators said that was a law. The Supreme Court has said your argument next month is challenged for due opioid settlement.
Lawsuits with the maker of Oxycontin is headed to the Supreme Court December 4th. Justice Department agreement with resistance from the bankruptcy integrity arm has been criticized by Attorney General Merrick Garland. An issue is whether the legal shield of bankruptcy provides can be extended to people such as the Sacklers, who have not declared bankruptcy themselves. Victims that lost loved ones are divided. Some seeing the agreement as a chance to move on. The wealthy Connecticut family behind Purdue Pharma would give up ownership and contribute $6 billion towards the fight against feels like epidemics. Other victims say many were in homes years after the Sacramento family slips of billions of profits into protected hunted lawsuits. Jennifer King of Washington.
Great songs ever about New York City. The place, MetLife Stadium. The band, the Urban Sadhu Yoga Open. Tickets to see them. More news on YouTube between 8 and 8:30 each weekday morning. Your chance to win. All the time. Is 10 minutes and 92 You give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world. Good afternoon. 64 degrees at 1:20 outside Michigan. This was him. Mayor Adams is certain of a sexual assault allegation from 1993. He is denied the charge. One of the great annual events, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and New York is shining to the world. Hostages for prisoners Israeli Hamas deal is set to start at midnight our time. Here's news with a special report from Bottom of the Hour. A batting cage accident leaves a high school senior in Georgia in a coma, taking the back to the head. For this holiday weekend, NFL triple-header. Official game in Detroit. The Lions are trailing the Packers in the second quarter. Washington and Dallas later on today. San Francisco and Seattle tonight. 121. Traffic transit on the phone.
Just loaded up, parking line. Car fire now on the shoulder Grand Central eastbound 173rd Street. Lots of fire department activity. Just to liven it up. Just on the exit ramp, so expect it to slow go. The LIE is not much better. And traffic sponsored by Racing and Porsche. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Looking at the East River crossings, Brooklyn Bridge is just all jammed up into Manhattan. On the Hudson side, we're looking at even more jams. 35 to 40-minute jams in at the George Washington Bridge. Low levels outbound. 45 loaded up crossings. East and west side. Northbound Henry Hudson, that's just jammed down to West 80 and Harlem River Drive. Slow goes to GW from the Drive Route. And we're looking at the Lincoln and Collinsville, 15 to 20 both ways. As your choice. Out of reach, slow into Jersey, but the South Coast also has jams into the New York side, so expect heavy volume. Mass transit note, northbound C trains running on the outline from J Street, Metro 10, to west of Grace Street, Washington Square. NYPD responding to one disruption. That's now Street. And Racing Porsche, new all-electric vehicles can compare to the luxury and performance of a 2023 Porsche Taycan. One drive, you'll understand why it's so important to have for yourself. Excellent selection to choose from now at Racing Porsche. Visit RacingPorsche.com. That's report. That's at 131. Trenton Williams, National 3
Mayor Adams is facing an accusation of sexual assault dating back 30 years. He is denying the allegation.
Adams sexually assaulting a woman in 1993 during his days as a transit cop. Well, his accuser also works for the city. The mayor told reporters Thursday that work was filed.
I don't recall ever meeting the person who made this allegation. But, I have a city to run, and I'm focused, and I have to make sure that we continue to do so. Absolutely, this has never happened.
The files, which is 3 pages, was filed under the Adult Survivors Act. The window closes Friday. It asks for a trial and $5 million in relief. It doesn't go into detail about the alleged sexual assault. Rick Commission, 10 wins on 92.3 FM.
What you get when you mix 16 giant character balloons, 26 floats, and a dozen marching bands for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Gabriel hasn't said to Rivera, not disappointed.
Second time here for CrossFit training, and this time we brought